Hi, I'm Yunus. Welcome to the 10th episode of the Productman podcast. We have had a wonderful journey together. We became chefs in the kitchen, traffic police in the street, captains in the ocean. But today we are going to the future. We will talk about the biggest, scariest question mark in everyone's mind right now. Will artificial intelligence, AI, leave us unemployed? When you hear this question, don't think of Terminator movies. I think of Iron Man. Tony Stark was a genius and a billionaire without his suit. But when he put on that suit, he turned into a superhero. The artificial intelligence inside that suit, Jarvis, did not replace Tony. It warned Tony about incoming missiles. It plotted the route. But the one who pulled the trigger, the one who made the decision, was always Tony Stark. Today, I will honestly tell you about the oh no, I'm finished panic I experienced when I first encountered ChatGPT. Then, how I turned it into my own Jarvis and got rid of menial tasks, and why no artificial intelligence can ever imitate that human touch you possess. This is not a goodbye. This is an upgrade episode. If you are ready, let's suit up. Let's start. Let's be honest. When ChatGPT or similar tools first became popular, we all got a stomachache. I did too. One evening, I was sitting at home, I got curious and typed this: write a PRD, product requirement document, for an e commerce app. Include these features. I pressed enter, and at that moment, my blood ran cold as I watched the screen flow. The document that normally takes me 2 days to write, splitting hairs, this tool wrote in 15 seconds. User stories, acceptance criteria, even success metrics, they were all there. At that moment, I thought to myself, Yunus, it's over. This robot does your job for free. You are unnecessary now.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. The podcast is about to begin. Please silence your notifications, close other applications, and direct your full attention to the stage. Presenting Productman.
I couldn't sleep that night. I really thought my career was over. But the next day, I took that output and read it with a calm mind, and I realized something. Yes, the text looked beautiful. The grammar was perfect, but there was no soul. It didn't know the company's current strategy. It didn't know the capabilities of the software team. It didn't know that our customer actually hated that feature. It had just written an average document. It was a perfect template, but it was empty inside. That's when I relaxed. Artificial intelligence ends writer's block. It gives you the draft, but you are the one who will turn that draft into a product. I cannot think for you. It can only write your thoughts faster. After overcoming that fear, I started looking at how can I use this? And I experienced that Jarvis moment. One day I received hundreds of lines of complex customer reviews. Normally it would take me at least 3 or 4 hours to read them one by one, analyze them, and report what do customers complain about the most. It's a drudgery. It's a boring job. I took this data, threw it into the AI, and said, analyze the sentiment in these comments and summarize the top 3 recurring complaints with solution suggestions. It took 30 seconds. The result was perfect. It told me directly, users are complaining about the slowness in the payment step. I gained those 4 hours. So what did I do in those 4 hours? I didn't sleep. I went and brainstormed with my designer to solve that payment problem. In other words, artificial intelligence saved me from being an analysis porter and turned me into a strategy creator. Another example, writing SQL queries. I am not a developer. I know SQL, but I get stuck on very complex queries. I used to bother my developer friend. Bro, can you pull this data? He would say, I'm busy, later. I would wait. Now I ask the AI, write the query that brings me this data. Boom, it writes it. I copy, I paste, the data is in front of me. I am not dependent on anyone. I got faster. I feel like I have superpowers. So Yunus, if this tool knows everything, why are we needed? This is where the rubber meets the road. Artificial intelligence is a logic machine. Product management is the art of emotion and politics. Let me explain this with an example I experienced. We have data. If you ask the AI, the data says, launch this feature on Friday. because traffic is highest on Friday. Logically correct, mathematically correct. But I know that team. The lead developer's child is sick, his morale is low. The team has been very tired for the last two sprints. They are on the verge of burnout. If I release that feature on Friday and a problem occurs, that team will have to work on the weekend. And maybe they will resign. AI cannot know this. AI cannot empathize. AI cannot smell the office air. I looked at the data, I looked at the AI's release on Friday suggestion and said, no, we launch on Monday morning. Making that decision is focusing on the human, not the data. Stakeholder management, persuasion skills, softening the tension in a meeting with a joke. A line of code that can do these has not been written yet. So don't be afraid. As long as you are human, your place is secure. Yes, my friend. Today we put on the Iron Man suit, looked at the future, and met our Jarvis. You know, I have been with you non-stop for 10 episodes. We ran around in the kitchen, in traffic, in the ocean, but even superheroes need to recharge. The new year is at the door. So, as Productman, I am taking a small break. Next week, we will not be broadcasting due to the new year. We will take a breather, recharge our batteries, and spend time with our loved ones. I recommend you do the same. Close the computer, mute the notifications, and enjoy the moment. But don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. After a 1 week break, we will continue right where we left off, with brand new topics and full energy. I am Yunus. Thank you for being with me this year. I wish you, your loved ones, and all the products you manage a wonderful year. See you in a week. Happy New Year. Goodbye.